Episode 6, ladies and gentlemen. Pablo.
Welcome back to the Last Class podcast. I'm here, Chillo, and today, for the first time in Last Class history, we have a spectator in the building. Yo, what's good, Ian? I mean, it's gonna be different. We're gonna get questions off of him, and let's see how it goes, man.
Yeah. I mean, in the future, this is probably what it's going to be looking like more when we have a guest or someone here to talk to. But I think for now, we're going to experiment for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, first things first, UFC 291. Crazy fucking fight.
Good fights. So I didn't watch it fight, but I did watch the highlights.
Mm-hmm.
And some shit went down.
Yes.
What happened, Luis? You gotta tell us, bro.
At the end of episode 4 of the Last Class podcast, for all the viewers who did watch, we touched on Conor McGregor and his retirement.
Well,
UFC 291 ends with Gaethje taking home the BMF, aka the baddest motherfucker title, right? Against Dustin Poirier by knockout, right? Now, Conor McGregor has said, fuck Chandler, give me Gaethje.
oh,
He's tweeted, he's made his fucking mark saying that if Gaethje wants it, he just needs to make a call and they'll set up the money fight. Conor McGregor wants the BMF title from Gaethje.
So Conor McGregor, we talked about retirement, but he's apparently nowhere near it. He wants to go and get that. Oh, McGregor.
Fucking McGregor.
What you put yourself into, bro?
I like how we were literally just talking about he needs to retire, and now he has completely changed the script. He wants the BMF against Justin Gaethje, arguably probably the GOAT of the lightweight division currently, arguably. And it comes with Justin Gaethje is the heaviest hitter in the lightweight division as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Khabib had fought Gaethje and said he hits like a truck. And this is coming from Khabib, 29-0.
Khabib.
And Gaethje put him on his ass.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting fight. McGregor, I mean, his last few fights, bro, like he's been, I don't know, and especially if he wants to go off of that last fight that he just had, I don't know, dude. McGregor, it's going to be a long run for you, dude.
To me, it seems like a mega fight. Like this is a perfect fight for Dana White. Like I don't know why Dana White would not accept this offer. Literally, you have Conor McGregor, right? Superstar, billionaire, or not billionaire, superstar, millionaire, famous, Irish, Lamborghini yacht, years of experience, and he's looking like he's hungry. You have Justin Gaethje, the heaviest hitter in the lightweight division. Who
Dana
will
White,
win?
bro.
Experience or heavy hitter? Gaethje.
That's true.
I mean, I would love for Conor to win. Don't get me wrong.
Same here. Maybe because
I would love for him to win.
we've experienced Conor in his best and his worst, so maybe that's why we've watched him more. But I don't know. I'd be doubting my boy Conor McGregor, but let's see what happens. Dana White, make it happen. UFC.
Gaethje, make the fucking call. That's what I want.
Come on. If you got the balls, do it, man. Let's see.
That is perfect fight. Literally, I would love to see it. It's just looking at it, Gaethje just probably edges out Conor McGregor. He's been more active. He has had more fights. He's also got a lot of power to him. He's still young. Now, McGregor, what he has going for him is experience. And honestly, looking at it, Gaethje probably has the upper hand in winning. But I really hope McGregor wins.
If McGregor wins.
If the fight even comes true,
what
McGregor
will happen to
Gaethje?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Gaethje's going to go back to straight up being hungry again and just trying to knock anybody out that gets in his way. McGregor, if he gets the BMF title, god damn. That makes him not the double champ, but the triple champ.
And you know what happens if he gets the triple champ.
The triple champ does whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah. Irish. It's just Irish legend right there, man.
But besides that, UFC 291, Dustin Poirier and Gaethje were swinging at one another straight up.
It was a war, but
Gaethje just,
Gaethje
I'm
just
telling you, has that power in him.
that bulldozer.
He got that dog in him.
Yeah, he really had that dog in him. And Conor McGregor, what you put yourself into, man.
Yeah.
But if he's calling him out, maybe
he's
for
ready.
a reason.
Yeah.
Maybe it's for a reason. And hopefully he gives what the audience wants, or Dana White and UFC. Like, if you want that fight, like, come on, how much PVVs, how much all that
Pay-per-view
stuff.
would go crazy.
Like, most stuff. Like, that's also in boxing. We never get the fights we always want. It's always like a mediocre fighter and then the superstar. And then once in like a few years, there's the super mega fight. And then most of those mega fights, you either be left disappointed or
they're rigged.
Rigged, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. MMA right now is kind of like taking the spotlight from boxing. And in the future, as it grows more and more, UFC will overtake boxing easily. Like, I see it.
Boxing's fun, but the UFC, like, there's more stars, there's more events, there's more audience. It seems like there's more audience because in boxing, like, there's the average Mexican Canelo fans, the average Money Team fans, but like he don't fight no more. So if you're not gonna watch boxing, what the hell are you gonna watch?
Exactly. And plus, when it's like very like unknown names that you're selling, not a lot of people are gonna show up. It's like empty seats still.
Empty
boxing
seats.
Isn't as what it was back then.
Yeah, back in the day, it would be filled up to the
the Mayweather era, the Mike Tyson era, like those eras were fucking
different. But now UFC's like UFC got many people from different areas, many celebrities. Like we got like celebrities going. We got Sydney Sweeney, a very romantic type actress going into those brutal fights. Like if you get if you get her to go,
you're doing something right.
You're doing something right.
Man, I'm telling you, like you can't even name 10 boxers going right now that are
me. Yeah, 10 boxers
right now currently fighting.
Tank, Ryan, is Usyk fighting still?
I'm not sure.
AJ, shit, and now Canelo, I guess. Beeble. I got 6, right? You said 10?
Yeah, can you? That's why I'm asking you. Can you name 10 right now that are just currently fighting and active? Because I can tell you 10 UFC fighters right now.
Is Tyson Fury still active?
Well, technically he would. He's still young.
All right, I'll go Tyson then.
I don't think Deontay Wilder has announced his.
I was gonna say Wilder, but I don't know if he's announced it yet.
Well, anyways, the whole point of that was that it's hard to name 10 boxers right now that are currently active and still fighting. But when it comes to the UFC, you can name 10 right off the bat. Adesanya. What's his name? The Brazilian dude that just fought yesterday. I forgot his name. Brain fart right now. The guy who fought Adesanya, like Pereira, yeah. Blachowicz, Stipe. Conor is still not active.
But like
Poirier,
we'll put him in.
Gaethje, Holloway.
Do we put the GOAT in there?
Who? John Jones?
Yeah,
John Jones is back.
Okay.
John Jones. DC's already retired. You have what's his fucking face? He was also really, really good. Shit. Brain fart. Just complete and total brain farts.
Nah, but it's all good. Like we've named more on UFC than we did in boxing.
And a lot faster.
Yeah. And it's interesting because it's, boxing.
It's going
like it's the fact that the influencer boxing is more entertaining than the real boxing. And many real boxer fans may hate it, but you gotta respect it, bro. Like if they're entertaining, you just can't. If anything, they're trying their asses off to gain more audience because they're not doing it. Like the official boxing's not doing it. Yeah. So like Jake, KSI, all of them, the Zone has been helping them out, and for them to get sales with like Misfits and like Kingpin and all that stuff, they've been getting audience off of that.
Even iDubbbz's event was crazy.
Yeah.
iDubbbz fought
the Creator Clash?
Yeah, Creator Clash 1 and 2.
Wasabi?
Yeah, was it Wasabi?
The
first one was the Dr. Mike.
Oh yeah.
Dr. Mike. And then the second one was Wasabi. Alex Wasabi.
Yeah. Well, Wasabi, he dropped out of a KSI fight.
Yeah.
but he fought Deji, but Deji wasn't on his. Like, we all know Deji's story. I feel bad for Deji, but the good thing is that Deji's good now. So, yeah,
Didn't he fight against Mayweather?
yeah, he did. He gave him a black eye. I mean, Logan didn't do that. So,
Yeah, because that shit, we know what happened with Logan and Mayweather. That shit was rigged from the start. What the fuck you mean it was a draw? Nah.
it was an exhibition anyways, so it didn't even matter.
It's true. It's true. I mean, Mayweather had to put Deji down early because Deji pissed him off. That's the thing about it. Logan was like, "Calm down, Camp. Calm down. Calm down." You saw the video. He was like, "Calm down. Calm down." Deji was like, "Man, this ain't shit," and he started doing push-ups in the ring, and Mayweather saw that. He was like,
there was this one part where he was like looking at the audience going like this, and then he just starts going off on Deji, and Deji's like, "What the?" He's like, "Chill."
Mm-hmm. He literally was like, and I took that personally.
Hey, no, it's the fact that you got Mayweather to really fight you in an exhibition. That takes some balls. Take some balls, Deji. Good shit, Deji.
Unlike Logan Paul. Oh.
Hey, Logan. But today, I think it was announced KSI and Tommy Fury are going to be fighting October in Manchester. And Logan Paul is going to be in the prime card. Like, it's a prime card.
Oh.
So
he's
going to be their
fighting?
fight, too.
Oh.
I don't know with who. They haven't announced it, but...
Ooh. That's interesting. That is interesting.
Yeah.
Against George.
Nah. George is a comedian. Who would you think Logan should fight? Because there's rumors thinking like they're gonna bring in Dylan Dennis, or they're gonna bring this one ex football player called Le'Veon Bell, and I don't know who Logan's fighting. But all I know is that they gotta give him competition because he hasn't boxed since 2019.
Yeah, and that was against Mayweather.
KSI. Oh wait, no. Oh, you're talking
Mayweather.
about like an official fight?
Yeah.
Oh, an official fight is KSI, but they fought. Mayweather fought him in 2020, I think.
Exactly. So hasn't fought since 2020. It's about 3 years. So, sheesh. He can fight.
Honestly, I don't know, bro.
When it comes to content creators, I'm not sure who.
Just fight Slim.
Fight Slim?
Yeah, Slim is a good fighter, I think. But Slim gassed out with Zanetti, but Jarvis went and killed Zanetti.
I heard Salt Poppy wanted to fight KSI.
Yeah, but Salt Poppy lost against Anthony Taylor.
Yeah.
And he's an actual boxer.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows what happens? All I know is that the KSI one and the Tommy Fury one, that's going to.
KSI gonna hit him with the.
It's gonna set things up because one, if Tommy beats KSI, okay, KSI and Jake are literally basically the same.
Yeah.
But if KSI beats Tommy, the influencer boxing takes over the real Fury family, dude.
Yeah.
And who knows if that turns into a UFC match because KSI, he's been hitting him with the
elbow.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Jake Paul versus KSI. It's been a long time coming. You think they're gonna do it?
No.
I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
Personally, I think the hype is just went down. Ever since Tommy beat Jake, it's just gone downhill.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why KSI doesn't even want to fight Jake. It's not even that he's like ghosting him or anything. It's just the hype is gone, and Loki kind of proves that Jake Paul he fought all these retired old ass UFC fighters, and then these old people, and then once he fights the fighter boxer, he loses. Like, that just proves a point. And the fact that he's gonna go back. Yeah, Jake is gonna fight Nate Diaz, bro. Nate Diaz. One thing, I don't think he's taking this seriously. Bro was literally having a gym session fighting, like, and he had a freaking cigarette in his mouth while doing it.
Wait.
Nate Diaz.
He had a cigarette?
He was shadow boxing, and he straight up had a cigarette in his mouth shadow boxing.
You sure it was cigarette or was it the dope, man?
Who knows if it was either, but still, bro.
Let me tell you, Nate Diaz is a true dope, man.
It could be a dope then.
Literally, there's a story I know. Nick Diaz, his older brother, showed up to a fight before he joined the UFC. It was like some fight in Japan against a Japanese fighter, and they tested him, and they found so much weed in his system that they were like, God motherfucking damn. So they couldn't cancel the fight because obviously you failed the drug test. So they were like, okay, well, since you have all that weed in your system, you're gonna get super fucking blazed and fight. That was
Oh
the rule they
my
had to make.
gosh.
So he's like, you want to have all that weed? All right, cool. Now you're gonna smoke all that weed before you fight. So he goes into the fight blazed in a motherfucker, high as shit. Wins.
Wins the game, does the impossible. But Nate Diaz, like, the thing is, the transferring or the switch from UFC to boxer is harder than boxer than UFC.
He originally was boxing too.
But really,
Yeah.
what I seen is that he's just majoring in jiu-jitsu, and most of his let's say KO wins on UFC will just be locks,
Yeah.
or all that.
Yeah.
And Jake, on the other hand, is gonna be fighting that, and jiu-jitsu to boxing. Maybe Nate wins,
Who knows?
but I got Jake winning just because he loves picking his opponents just like Mayweather.
Fuck Jake.
I don't like Jake either, but I think he's gonna win.
Yeah.
This is how it is.
Nate Diaz, I'm rooting for you. You the king.
Let's go, Nate. Do it.
I have to back him up.
Yeah.
And then Nate Diaz, you can come on the podcast too.
After the win, you'll pull up here.
Yeah.
And Jake, who knows if he's ever gonna fight KSI, and then the KSI Tommy. I don't know, honestly. I'm just gonna be
It's
a spectator.
crazy. Yeah, you are right. Influencer boxing is just taking over. It's more exciting than the real boxers out there. And that's just a little sad to see that boxing. It really is just shriveling up into nothing.
Yeah.
But hey, UFC is taking over and MMA is taking over. We have one championship. You ever heard of one? It's like Asia's UFC. Crazy fighters over there. Did I send you that video on Instagram where this one dude was fighting and his entire fucking forehead swelled up?
No, I don't think you've had it, dude.
I think I might have sent it to the other group chat. Yeah, it was horrible. He gets fucking hit multiple times all here, and he gets
still
this
fights.
huge swell. Like I'm telling you, it's like right here. It looks horrible. It looks like if you can take a knife and just cut it open, and all
just
of it like
spill out.
shit.
Nah. You can't be
horrible.
saying that. You can't be saying that. You can't be saying that.
It is disgusting and nasty. I'm like, God damn, these guys are savages, brutal.
No, that's like some real like no mercy shit. That's some real Cobra Kai stuff right there. No mercy, just kill.
Dude, this UFC, MMA in total is just crazy. It meant a fighting championship where you can use jiu-jitsu, judo, karate, anything, taekwondo, anything, boxing,
Kung Fu,
fucking anything, aikido,
yeah,
anything in the world of MMA. So you can be a jiu-jitsu submission takedown, going up against a guy who does pure knockout boxing. Like Charles Oliveira against, I think, Gaethje. Charles Oliveira, most submissions in UFC history. Gaethje, knockout power. I think Charles Oliveira actually did secure the win on that one, though. Got him by submission. I believe so.
Submission? Yeah.
I believe that's about right. He got him by submission. That or might have knocked him out.
Oof.
Gaethje's lost a few fights.
No, he has.
Yeah.
He ain't a Khabib.
He-
But still, Khabib did say that he's a bulldozer. So
That's why I love Khabib. I think Conor McGregor for the spirit, but Khabib is just different. He brings something completely different. And now he got the whole Dagestani crew in UFC history.
yeah.
He got everybody in Dagestan going fucking to the UFC now.
Yeah.
They're
everyone.
taking over.
But that's good though. More people, more attention. UFC's
Islam.
doing its job.
Yeah, Islam Makhachev. I want to see what his next fight will be.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Because against Volkanovski, I mean,
Mm,
Volkanovski and Islam. I want to say that was a little bit of a robbery. Look how fucked Volkanovski left Islam. I'm happy that Islam won. Don't get me wrong. I love Islam.
But it's like it's the time where like you like somebody, but you know that they didn't perform their best.
Yeah.
But I
he didn't.
guess it was good.
He also didn't have Khabib in his corner to guide him, and you
Mm-hmm.
could definitely see that he was struggling to figure out like what he was doing.
Yeah, his game plan wasn't like
Yeah,
set.
because when he fought against before Volkanovski, it was Charles Oliveira and Khabib was there, and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
see
yeah.
him. He's cool, calm. He's at it. He knows what to do. Khabib's in the corner telling him exactly what he needs to do. He doesn't by round 2 was it? By round 2 or 3, he gets fucking Islam in the submission,
Shit. And then
and then Volkanovski
mhm,
goes to Australia. Khabib's not there, and
loses
gets
track and
his face is all fucking rocked. His face gets rocked, like literally
Oh,
before
no.
and after photos, fucking rocked.
horrible.
And Volkanovski just left there without a scratch, or I mean, I think he
Not
got
a scratch, but like he still got something.
a lot less than what's his face,
What's whose face?
Islam.
Oh yeah.
Less scratch, less beat up,
Uh-huh.
easily.
Easily. Anyways,
Anyways,
so we got boxing and MMA. Very entertaining. Very, let's say, is there like a practice to it or anything? You think there's like more than just the training?
yeah, it's will, power, spirit. A lot of that is small mental.
Yeah,
You gotta have the spirit. You gotta have the energy. You have to have the will to fight.
yeah.
It's not just, oh, I know I can fight. Yeah, but do you have the spirit to continue fighting?
Mm-hmm.
It's like when Nate Diaz and Nick Diaz were talking about. Yeah, they like it. They like practicing, but it's like when you're about to fight, it's like, wow, I really just do this for a living. You know, I just
Yeah,
beat
I've
people up.
noticed
I just
that.
get my ass beat. And Nate was also talking about that he doesn't like his family coming to see his fights
This
because
is this pain. Like,
Yeah.
who wouldn't start like tearing up or being like scared for the person you love in the ring,
Mhm.
and or the octagon, and it's hell. It's
Yeah.
hell. I see it, and it's hell. And just going in there like it's a job is very. I feel like you have to be a bit passionate for it.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
if you go in as like it's a job, it's like, oh, I'm just here to get my payday, and then that's it. Or like this one video I saw where the guy, he got offered the boxing fight, and the guy literally showed up. The first bell rings, he leaves. He leaves because why? He got his paycheck. He got in the ring. He ended the fight. That's all he wanted. He just
Mhm.
wanted the money.
But still, you put on a fucking show. You get out there, you trained all this fucking time. You go out there and you get your ass beat like a fucking man.
Yeah, like a man. You gotta be in the zone.
Exactly. You got to have the mentality.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have that, then you're not.
You got nothing. You got nothing. You're just a sack in a ring.
Pretty much. Pretty
You know,
fucking much.
it's without a soul or anything.
I think it was Mike Tyson who also agrees with that or said that in his last ever fight.
Mm.
Right. He just talks about that. Yeah, I don't have the fighting guts no more. I have no spirit in me. I just mainly did this for the check. I just needed the money. So,
Mhm.
I'm sorry to I'm just disrespecting the sport, so I'm just gonna retire. I don't have the will. I don't have the spirit to fight this. It's not with me anymore.
Yeah, once you. I feel like that's how you know you just gotta retire. Once you don't have your 100% anymore, or once you don't wanna like. I know everyone's seen like the LeBron speech at the awards. He's like, "Oh, the day I cheat this game is the day that I won't be playing myself anymore, and that might be the day that I will retire." And when he retires is when he just won't have the will anymore. But luckily for us, he that day or these it won't be today or tomorrow. He still has gas left in the tank, and you just gotta be 100.
Yeah.
100.
You also have to know, you have to be aware how much gas is left in that tank because if you're already running low and you continue, you can push past empty and then you're just going to be left stranded on the side of a road.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about fighters. They have a tendency to not know that. You have Tony Ferguson. He's like 40 something.
Oh my gosh.
You have 40 fucking something and he's still fighting and getting his ass rocked.
I said those.
I love him.
Those are the years where you just have to stop. Like
Yes.
Like for soccer, basketball, okay, fine. But fighting, dude, like that can shorten
Your
years,
life.
your
Oh.
life. Yeah.
Tony Ferguson's going to die early and I feel bad.
Hopefully he doesn't, but it's just looking like it is. Dude.
He's like 40 something. He fought Gaethje and he was
God,
he
poor
was getting
guy.
his ass he was getting his ass rocked. hit hard as fuck, and his face is like his head is just shaking uncontrollably throughout like the fourth or fifth round of the fight. He's just going, and they cut it right there. They stopped the fight.
Had to. There's no way.
Yeah. I mean, he's a warrior. Tony Ferguson is amazing. He's awesome. I love him. But he is fucking old. You need to retire, dog.
Rest, man.
For
Take
your
some rest.
safety. We want you.
Your loved one's safety.
Exactly. We want you here. We want you to stay with us. So retire, dog.
Yeah, retire. So you won't be
Originally, he was supposed to retire when Nate Diaz retired from the UFC.
He just didn't.
No.
He wanted more, and
it's because he's like, I still have the fighting spirits within me.
Yeah, spirits.
Unless you're like John Jones, who's like 36, 38, still going.
The thing is, like, bro's a beast. Yeah. He's a different animal, bro. John Jones he's the GOAT. He has to be.
John Jones versus Stipe in November. So mark your calendars. Get ready.
Tune in, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a good fight. So,
with that,
speaking of spirits, we are going to talk about some crazy spirits. Who knows? Maybe shapeshifters. Maybe.
We're about to get into deep water territory.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're hitting the trenches on this one. So, I got this one. Or you want to go first?
Well, how about, you go ahead first.
All right. There's this, like, thing I saw called, okay, first thing, the shapeshifters. So the spirits, they go through animals, they go through objects. We all know that stuff. You guys seen movies, but I've seen this one video where, oh my God, it's crazy. You know what is it Cadejo?
Cadejo?
Yeah, I think it's Cadejo. It's where there's these two dogs, and the two dogs, one is white with blue eyes, and the other is, Cadejo. The other one is black with red eyes. Yeah. So the white one is supposed to indicate, like, or show the good. Yeah. And the black one, bad, evil, mad. So this one video I saw, it was some lady, and she was just recording her. She checked out her Ring camera, and when she checked out the Ring camera, the Cadejo, it was white with blue eyes. And as soon as it turned to look at the camera, it turned black with red eyes. I swear, like, it could be a normal ass dog. Who knows it? There could be two dogs. That's what they say. Yeah. But literally, the white one, it faded and turned black. Like, I swear, when I saw that video, I was like, whoa, what the is this?
I mean,
like, it could be that. There had to be something bad going on for the dog to switch. No. I'm gone. I'm out of here, dude.
Well, nowadays we can never know because AI and Photoshop and all this shit.
Yeah.
But the legend of it is what makes up for it. That, this is a real Cadejo or whatever.
Yeah, Cadejo, it's like famous in El Salvador, Central America, and Mexico, around that area. Yeah. So, hey, si han visto uno allá, cuidado, man. Be careful.
Skinwalker is what I have in store for you.
All right.
So we're talking about animal shapeshifters here and there. The oldest, shapeshifting humans from animals has been around for thousands of years, ladies and gentlemen. Going back to the ancient times. It's kind of a running theme.
We always going back in time, man. Yeah. This last classes became a
time machine.
Time machine, yeah.
But like I was saying, we going back to the ancient times of when the Native Americans inhabited the North American land. Skinwalkers, shape-shifting animal creatures, they've been around since humans could fucking walk out the cave. Now, they've always been described as either being maleficent spirits or just happy go-getters, trying to help and aid people along the way. In Japan, they're kind of seen as, like nice and treated well. That's at least in the legend. Some of them were bad, some of them were good. But here in North America, we have a different story. It's called the Skinwalker. And now, let me tell you about my experience with it.
Oh, your experience. Okay, this is getting personal, people. Let's get into it.
So, this is a story that's been passed down from my mother to me, right? So, my mother comes from a little pueblo in Monterrey. And for those who don't speak Spanish, pueblo is kind of like a little village,
It's a
right? Yeah.
village
And
town.
yeah, exactly. And
Hmm.
she lived in this mud house. Like this is their. It was a rancho, the
Hmm.
ranch, and they had a brick house. And she stayed there with her grandmother and her grandfather and her cousin Tony,
Yeah.
right? And she was about 7 years old when one night she was there sleeping in the bed, and Tony was right next to her. They had two different beds in the same room, and she wakes up and sees an owl at the windowsill. It's completely open. It's a hot night, so they leave it open to let the air cool in, right? And there's an owl there. Didn't think much of it, so she just went back to sleep. When she opened up her eyes, the owl was standing right above her on her little bed frame,
Oh wow.
and it was looking down at her. And she distinctly remembered that it had like bright red eyes, which owls they
Some do.
usually have bright red eyes, but it's still nevertheless
It's the fact that it came closer and the fact that
it was looking
it's
down at her.
yeah.
And so she tried to shoo it away, like
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
off,
Yeah.
The owl proceeds to fucking like try and attack her. And she said that she could feel herself being like
Like
kind of like
like
grabbed, like if something was grabbing her.
yeah.
And she starts screaming or whatever, and starts screaming for help. Grandma and grandpa come into the rescue. Apparently grandpa came in there with a fucking machete.
Bro was ready to
Bro was ready, and we saw this owl, and he was just like, chingas away.
yeah.
It fucking hits the wing, right? Owl goes back out the window, gone. Now, next day, everyone's back. It's like back to normal, I guess. Little owl incident, whatever. She was screaming, right? Grandpa and fucking grandma go to the river, and there's a woman there, and the town knew her as like the witch that lived off
Oh, so
in the distance.
what she do? Witchcraft, scary
Witchcraft,
shit.
brujeria, black
Ooh,
magic.
no.
She was like the village's witch, right?
Yeah.
They all knew that she did it, right?
Mm-hmm.
They see her there at the river, gathering her water. But the thing about her, or what's different about her, is she has a broken arm.
No, 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 no. I know where this is going. I know exactly where this is going.
And remember, Grandpa hit the wing of the owl,
Yeah.
and the wing was injured off the owl.
Oh shit. This is this is good. This is
I'm
good.
telling you.
This is good.
And ever since then, when it comes to me and owls, I've never felt safe around them. I don't like them. I hate
Watch
owls.
the OVO, man.
I
He ain't messing with
absolutely,
Drake.
I absolutely hate owls. That's like I wouldn't say it's my biggest fear, but I just don't like them. Like I really, really don't like them.
what you think the owl was? It was like a what color? Brownish one or like a
I have
white one?
I have
or-
no clue. This is like my mother's story. This is so long ago,
Yeesh.
but I definitely believe that witch and that owl that was a
That-
skinwalker. That's the skinwalker.
Usually, the white owls are like they usually have like red eyes. From what
Okay.
I've heard.
But okay, so if it was red, but still, like it's like that's not a coincidence. It just can't be. The
Mhm.
fact that her arm is messed up, like the wing. Oof.
Exactly.
Oof.
It's
oof, oof.
just too much to like really be like, is it or is it not? I definitely
And-
believe that
Mhm.
was.
And you're telling me, but the La Bruja, she knew your mom, or
No.
did your mom know her?
No.
So what made her
What
want to
would make
go?
her? Well, brujeria involves different type of rituals. What if said ritual involved?
A kid. Oof.
I mean, hey, there's a
Inno-
lot of disappearing kids now these days.
Innocent and vulnerable. So they attacked those youngins.
Exactly. Innocent and vulnerable. They don't think nothing. When a kid doesn't have fear.
No.
A toddler has no fear of nothing. They don't know to be afraid of the dark. They have no clue what's in the dark, so they're not afraid of it. It's only what we teach them that makes them
You
afraid.
gotta teach them the right thing, and that's why many like weird people or kidnappers you kidnap a little toddler or a little kid because they don't recognize that it's a bad thing. Like you give him a candy, he don't know it's a bad thing.
Mhm.
So you just gotta supervise and teach your kids well to make sure nothing bad happens to them.
Yeah, and so honestly, I mean, since that, I've never liked owls. And the days I have met owls or I've heard owls, like owls are like perched up in the
Yeah.
trees or whatever. And I remember I would wake up for school, be 6 in the morning, I'm like making my way to the bus, and I would hear like the whoo, 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 the fucking owl noise. And the minute I would hear it, I'm like, something bad's gonna happen today. And usually it was a bad omen. Something like I fail a fucking test.
Oh,
Like, I don't know.
it's something small but still
It's
bad.
like
Like it
exactly.
messes with you.
Exactly. And I just knew it was. Like I ever since then, if I ever hear an
Damn.
owl, if I know there's an owl in there, it's a bad omen.
Yeah.
Some people think, like back in ancient Greek times, they believe owls were good omens because there was the goddess Athena. For me, it's the exact opposite. I believe it's a bad omen. It's never led to anything good for me.
Yeah, bad omen. Damn. Shit.
And I mean, since then, my encounters with like said skinwalkers, I've never seen something, but I've been out in the rancho. I've been out, we went to Dahlonega that one time.
Yeah.
It's a 2-acre land of property. We also have like 10 acres out there in like a canyon or somewhere. And I've been there. I've been alone, and I could hear somebody like off in the distance, like calling my name.
Oh, Dahlonega.
Dahlonega out there in Cannon, I've heard like people calling my name.
Like your name, Luis,
Like
straight up. Oof.
Luis. Like Luis. As if somebody was calling me over. But one time it was super, super freaky. I was home alone in Dahlonega, and I could hear like as if something was outside my window. It was really late at night. And I turned off everything in my room, and I was just kind of like put my phone on quiet or like on silent, right? Just really sound whore the fuck out of it. And all I hear in the distance is, or like somewhere near close, is help. As if somebody was like calling for help. Like, I mean, literally calling for help. And if you know anything about the Skinwalker, when people are out there in the woods or in these rural ass states, country or whatever, that if you hear somebody out there calling for help, right? Typically that's not, you don't go to it.
Nah.
You don't necessarily go to it, especially if they're all alone and they're just out there. Help, 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 help.
No,
If it's like a hiker with his foot, yeah, I mean that's not a skinwalker. That's actually somebody who needs help. But if you're out there and they're like calling your name, you don't know them, and they're asking for help, that's red flags. Go home. Go running. Run the fuck away from that. That is not good.
Just get far.
Very, very far. I mean, literally, remember when we watched the motorcycle on Instagram? Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
So, I mean, I believe in skinwalkers. I completely believe those are real, especially with what I've heard, what I've seen, and my family's like kind of like story or influence from them. I believe it's real, completely and entirely. I've seen stuff in this world that I cannot explain. I've heard stuff in this world that I cannot explain. And the only way I've only been able to explain it is by paranormal reason.
Shit. See, me, on the other hand, thank God I haven't, but Jesus Christ. There's obviously like what you say, there's like for you, the owl. I haven't really had a thing, but if you guys seen the other podcast where I have the goat one, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this what went down with my goat hat. So everybody knows what the goat is, like the satanic shit and all that. So I remember this one time going into work, the security guard at the front gate, the one that lets us in, he says, "Oh, you know what that means?" And I'm like, "What?" In my head, yeah, goat, greatest of all time. He's like, "There's a deeper meaning to that." And I'm like, "You're talking about the GOAT?" I know. He's like, "Not that. I meant like the image, like the goat, the face." And I'm like, "Yeah, obviously it's like demonic and stuff, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, most of the time, depending on the way you see it, but pretty much that's like really bad and brings like demonic activity."
Yeah.
So what happened is he told me all that, and before me going in, someone brought an Uber Eats, and she was a Satanist. Straight up, her arm was tatted with like the star, and with like nasty shit, and like for her to walk in before me is a bit sus, and me coming in with that cap. And the thing that kind of really like uneased me, he's like, "When'd you buy that hat?" And I'm like, "Oh, I bought it like a few weeks ago, like a month ago." And he's like, "I promise you, the day of or the day after you bought that hat and wore it, something bad happened. And I'm like, thinking on back on it, I told him, nah. I remember that I was in working on the lanes, and when I thought about it, I'm like, bro, I bought that hat before Astro House. I'm like, yo, what the heck? I straight up,
Oh my
when he told
god.
me that, I'm like, something bad. When you got that hat the day of or day after, you bought that hat, something bad happened. And I was like, nah. I went, I was like, no, 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 no. It can't be happening.
It can't be true.
Like the way I saw the hat, obviously, I had no intention getting it because of the like that nasty shit.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
obviously, because like I like the GOAT, I like the greatest of all time. I wear it because I am one. You know,
Yeah.
we are one. So it really caught me off guard the fact that he said something bad happened, and I'm like, nah. And I just remembered Astro House, and I'm like, holy crap,
Yeah.
that's mad. That's like it's really sus. It's also the fact that the lady came in before me. Shit.
Oh my god, that's so
I'm not
ridiculous.
saying that the goat's cursed or anything, but it's just
Crazy
yeah, it's
coincidences.
just quick. I wouldn't. Is it though?
There's deeper meaning, a lot of things to this world. There's been stuff, and like I said, sometimes science or reality can't explain everything,
Hmm.
and sometimes coincidences aren't really coincidences. Something I would like to say is a butterfly effect.
I mean, just like how the security guard said, like,
Hmm.
I mean, it depends how you take it.
Yeah, yeah. See, I don't take it in that way, so that's
Hmm.
why I still wear it.
Yeah, I feel like another big part of it is like if you believe in it, it's
Yeah,
manifest kind of like that energies.
yeah.
And that's a big part of like what I believe is the reason why some shit has happened to me. I'm like, if I believe in it, it's gonna happen. And
Mm.
sometimes people believe in it so much that they're like, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, it's gonna
But
happen.
this
Like
is the
they
thing.
get so much fearful of
Yeah,
it.
I was
They
gonna
get
say
so
that.
fearful of it, and they're like, oh my god, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. You're manifesting that into
If
existence.
that ever happens, I'm not gonna say that I don't believe in it
Mm-hmm.
because it's like Kanye say, you can learn a lot from Jesus, but you can learn a ton of stuff off of Satan, right?
Yeah.
So I believe it, okay, that stuff is gonna happen, but I'm really not manifesting it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Some people are like keep on thinking about it and know about it, or sometimes they get scared about it or vulnerable. But I just have like I think when it comes to that, I have a strong mentality and not to be scared in those moments. Because if you're seen as vulnerable, they're gonna strike you
Oh,
fast.
dude, you haven't
And all I know is that nothing happened with me, bro.
you haven't been put through the ringer yet.
The ringer.
Yeah, you haven't been put through the ringer yet.
Okay, explain.
Could you have lived in a haunted house like mine for 3 years?
Oh, but yours is haunted. Like what made it haunted? Like you're talking about the one, Delanaga?
No, 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 not Delanaga. The one before
The
Delanaga.
ranch.
No, no, no. This is way before Delanaga.
Oh,
This is
really?
yeah. This is
Okay.
my 3 years of high school where this house was completely fucking haunted
How'd you know it's haunted? Or what?
because I was seeing shit, and not only was I seeing shit, but like what's it called? My stepdad was seeing shit too.
Oh,
The only thing it wasn't affecting was my own mother, but even then, she said she felt something in the house. And on top of that, when we had guests over stay at the house, they said they saw shit and they did not feel comfortable.
oof.
Exactly. So when you have people talking, like coming to the house and they're like, I don't fucking feel safe in
No,
here.
it's once it's cold, it has a bad aroma.
See, we have all that.
That's sus. That's very sus, honestly.
Year one was crazy. We moved into
Mhm.
the house, relatively chill. We were all having a nice little time, you know. Um, I remember one weekend my mother and my stepdad went away for I don't fucking know, probably somewhere. And it was me, my cousin, her boyfriend, and my other cousin, right?
Mm.
My stepdad's brother. We were all in me and him were in high school. The other two were like a lot older than us. But I remember it was the weekend. We were just chilling out. It was a nice, beautiful, sunny day. It was like mid June,
Yeah.
hot as fuck. And the house was just extremely cold.
Oof.
Like already, it was just extremely, extremely cold. And I remember we were all sitting down. We had all got like pub subs or just something to eat, right? We were all chilling, eating. And my cousin was talking about, hey, we were talking about religion. We were talking about Jesus. We were talking about God, hell, the sins and all that. I remember one time he had asked like, what happens if you commit suicide? He asked straight up like, do you go to hell? Do you go to heaven? Do you go to
Nah,
purgatory? Like,
that's
he was asking these questions, but as he was asking these type of questions and he was mentioning like God, Satan, all this, and the kitchen is kind of like, here's the dining room where we're all sitting. Kitchen's over here, and on this wall there's a door that leads into the like fancier dining room area.
yeah. I know what you
Yeah,
mean.
yeah, yeah.
There's like the normal
And
table in the
mhm,
kitchen,
and the door was left open, right?
uh-huh.
Literally in the blink of a fucking eye, that fucking door went from being open to shutting, slammed. And I looked over and I was like, maybe the wind, right?
That's your like first reaction. You're
Yeah.
like, wind.
I'm like, or maybe it was my what's it called, my cousin, because it was just me, him, me, my cousin, and her boyfriend. So maybe it was her, right? But I look over, she's over there in the kitchen making sandwiches. So I'm like, okay, so that's definitely not her, right? So I'm like, okay, just back to the conversation, kind of ignore it, right? Play it out. I hear the little, and it just opens back up again.
Oh.
Like somebody pushed the lock in because it had locked. Yes?
So did you have any pets at that time?
No.
Oh.
I only had a chihuahua and she was upstairs.
Okay, so you think if she would have been downstairs, she had some sort of reaction?
Maybe. Who
Because
knows?
I've known that some animals have reactions to that shit.
At that point in time, we only had a chihuahua. And
Well,
she just stays up.
annoying.
She only stays upstairs and sleeps all day. That's all she does. That's her thing.
That's a lazy chihuahua.
It's a-
Usually chihuahuas are rowdy and annoying.
Oh no, she just don't give a fuck. She's like, I can give a rat's ass about all y'all.
Y'all can, y'all can just like,
But anyways,
yeah.
the door opens back up again, and I hear it like I hear the fucking somebody fumbles the lock and
Ooh.
opens up, and I'm like,
Okay, here we go.
and that's when I look at them. I'm like, yeah, and they're like, and they're looking at the door too, and literally all three of us are looking at this door, and it just goes, bam, again. So that's the second time it slams, and so I was like, is that just doing it on its own now? I'm like, are we just gonna ignore that? Are we gonna?
What are we doing?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
What's the action?
And
What's
so they
the-
just continue on talking about their conversation. I'm there like, what the fuck?
Bro.
I'm like, you don't see this? Are we ignoring this? And literally, just the fucking door just opens up, slams again. Did it 3 times, and that's when it stopped.
3 times.
3 times. The mockery of the Holy Trinity.
Ooh.
And this would be a common theme in this house.
Really?
Yes.
It's always mockery, dude.
Mhm.
The
And that night, I remember when going to bed, it was freezing fucking cold. It's mid-June. It is freezing cold.
Colder than the Astro House?
Dog. I could see my breath.
Whoa.
I could see my fucking breath when I was about to go to sleep.
No.
It was that cold. The next morning, we all wake up and everything, and it continues. Anyways, about a week or so later, little cousin, may he rest in peace, takes his own life.
Uh-oh. R.I.P. man.
But ever since he passed away, that house was charged with something.
Ever since? So you're saying it's before you guys moved in?
Ever since he passed away, that house just
Something
was in there. I feel as if something was attached to him, and that's the reason why he did it.
So you think he was like
A host.
Ooh.
And that's what drove him mad. Enough to do
He
what
couldn't handle it.
And whatever was left within him stayed at
Left
that
it.
house. Because it was only when he was around did that house really spark.
Ooh.
I have a weird theory.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how.
Wait.
Okay, so you know how in the other podcast Oscar was talking about how he felt something cold.
Oh,
and
no, he felt
he
felt
like weird
queasy.
feelings. Yeah, he felt wheezed. I feel like something's attached to you, bro. Like I'm not saying like
Luis?
like in you.
But the
or
thing is-
something's like following you, bro. That's like my theory.
But my theory is this though, like the thing is everything that happened at the Astro World house, it had nothing to do with Luis. And the thing is like the house was cold because Luis made it like
Oh,
that
yeah, I made it
himself.
cold.
Like he made it cold. Me and Oscar had a queasy feeling because we had this like feeling of something bad was gonna happen. We didn't say that it was paranormal or anything. It could have been, but it wasn't. So well, that's that's a theory closed.
That's theory. Debunked.
Nah, I don't think
Debunked.
I don't think Luis has anything. I mean, he could be manifesting it. Like, well, do you manifest it?
Do I manifest what? Demons?
Not demons, but
Spirits?
but like, yeah. Do you like have that feeling around you? Like, you have like
No.
visions that other people don't.
Visions that other people don't. It's funny you say that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. When he passed away, I had a lot of dreams, and a lot of dreams had involvement with him and entities that I could not describe. They were just all black entities. I knew they were intelligent because they would move around, and they
Yeah.
would move around like decisively.
Uh-huh.
And these were dreams that I were getting. After a while, I mean, it stopped. They weren't necessarily nightmares, but I felt as if my theory
Someone's telling you or showing you.
the show. And I mean, I was having these weird dreams, and honestly, I just chopped them up to dreams. I didn't want to believe that whatever was in this house was real.
Mm.
And I mean, ever since he passed away, the energy of the house completely was changed. Like, I started to notice that when at nighttime I would have to wake up and use the bathroom, that it was just blacker than black. Like,
Pitch.
as soon as I literally would open up the door to go to the bathroom, I'm like all the way down the hallway,
Uh-huh.
pitch black. Like the light from the outside, we had like outside the house was street lights and shit that would shine through. Nothing, as if you were just walking through mist. Nothing, no light.
Because you would see like some sort of shadow or some sort of like you say it's a hallway.
Yeah,
There's got to be like at least a counter, or a lamp, or a.
you couldn't see shit. You couldn't even see the doors on the
It
side.
was like a black hole, dawn.
Yeah, just
Ooh.
black, nothing. You couldn't see anything.
Like dawn to cover.
And yeah, for real. And honestly, it was just unsettling, and it just made me so uneasy to not like to walk out there at night to the point where I'm like, I'm just not even gonna go to the bathroom. I just shut the door and I just go back to bed.
Oh,
That or I
God.
piss out the window. I'm like, I'm not dealing with that. Whatever's out there, I'm like, I just felt as if there was something out there,
Mm.
and I'm like, I don't trust that. I'm just gonna go piss outside my window.
Oh gosh.
So I mean, that was just kind of like the startings of it. But the day where I'm like there was, and I confirmed that there was something here, it was like a Monday. Woke up for school, my alarm goes off at 6 a.m. I'm like, oh shit. Look at my thing. I'm like, dude, I have like 5 minutes to get ready for the bus. Fucking spring out of bed, put on all my clothes, get in my backpack, running down the stairs, right? Make it to the fucking kitchen, right? Turning on all the lights or whatever. And I go into the laundry room to get like the clothes I had put to dry the night before. And that's when that feeling comes back. The unsettling, something's
The
not
heavy feeling.
yeah, that like something's not right. And I remember when I entered the laundry room, there was this horrible fucking stench. Like it
Oh.
smelled like pure death.
Like it wasn't even like the dirty clothes.
No, it was rotten. Like something died.
Oh my god.
And that's when I was like, I don't like this isn't right.
Like you like the quickness of you trying to get prepared just stopped at an instant because of that.
It's you like
You're
the
like-
Guardians of the Galaxy type shit where the
Yeah.
fucking the camera zooms out where it's just like, you know what I'm saying?
It's like, wait a minute.
Exactly. It's like I've been led. This is like in my head I was like, this is not right. This is not right. This is a trap. There's something wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just start. I remember I didn't even like turn around and back away because I was just so. I guess I was scared. I just started walking back because I'm like I don't want to turn my back on whatever's here. Something's here with me. I didn't want to turn my back on it because I felt like I'd be exposing myself. So I just started walking away, kind of moving slowly. And I remember that when I was at the door to the laundry room, and this is where after the kitchen, there's the laundry room on the right hand side. I put my hand on the light, and I turn it off. Everything's good, so I'm just backing away. And I remember I make it. All right, for all listeners.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
What just happened?
All right, for all the listeners out there, the camera has suddenly cut out while I was talking about this shit, which
A bit sus, but it's looking like it's the storage. Yeah, it's the storage. It would have stopped by now. But as soon as you hit that part.
Yeah, it just
turns
inexplicably cut off. That's as
I mean,
the energy is still here. Like I'm telling you.
Nah, it ain't here. This man Ian pulled up with the Bible and the cross.
I mean, who you gonna call Ghostbusters? House?
But dude,
Anyways.
yeah, I'll continue. Hopefully this camera stays the fuck on. This is a 15-minute record limit, and it cut off. Maybe not even
5
way
minutes?
way before. We just literally turned it on to start recording again, and it cut off 5 minutes in.
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
for all the viewers out there, this shit's real.
This is not clickbait, bro.
This is not a bit. This is actually real. That's scary.
Nah,
That's
we chilling. We chilling.
we
We
chilling.
chilling.
Let's
We
hope.
chilling.
Let's just hope it was the storage. Anyways,
It was.
so I'm backing out into the kitchen, right? And I'm just kind of slowly backing away. And I remember I looked behind me just for a split second, just so I'm like, okay, the door's right behind me. That's the front door. I know the bus is right there, right?
Mm.
And that's when I grabbed my phone. I'm like, just to check how much time I've spent, because now I'm like, I had 5 minutes to get ready. The bus might be out there. I check my phone. It's 3:33 in the morning.
What time's the bus supposed to be there?
6:30. My alarm went off, telling me it was 6 in the morning. It's 3:33.
3:33.
I woke up too early, and my alarm had rung off, telling me it was 6. And time to get ready.
Oh my gosh, that's mad.
And that's when I'm like, everything became clear to me. I'm like, this is a trap.
What'd you do?
That's when I looked back into that the laundry room, and there was a shadow, like this tall ass shadow there. Tall, lanky, black, pitch black. I mean, it was already pitch black in there, but this was pitcher. Like I can see it. And I just remember that it was like, it looked like as if it was growing and moving towards me.
Shit.
And that's when kind of like, you know, in those movies how they just freeze up because they just get like shocked with what they're seeing. They don't know if it's real or not.
Yeah.
It's like that. I had my hand on the light, right? And I was just shocked seeing what I was seeing. And I remember as it got closer, I mean, it was as if it was traveling through like the darkest patches of the room. And then I just remember it got behind where the windows were on the kitchen dining room, or where we all ate. Sat. It was right here, and I was over here. And I just knew it was looking at me. And that's when I fucking yeeted out there. I mean, literally, I turned off all the lights, booked it, fucking ran upstairs, went like literally
Upstairs? Wait, is no one's home?
Oh,
Or
this
they're
is
sleeping?
yeah. They're sleeping. I fucking zoomed right upstairs. My fucking fat ass, 300-pound little kid, running up the goddamn stairs into my room, barged in, just closed my door, locked in. I was like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Damn.
And I remember, like, I looked at my phone. I wasn't crazy. It was 3 in the morning. It was still 3:33, and I was like,
Still, after running
at,
up all
like it
the
was like 3:30. It was like 3:33. That's when I checked my phone and I saw that thing. And when I got upstairs, it was still 3:33, and that's when I was like, "How the fuck did this go off? Like, is this possible? How did I wake up to an alarm that wasn't an alarm? It doesn't make sense." And I'm looking at my alarms and shit, and inexplicably,
Okay.
another cut.
Some stuff is going on this episode, but my brother, he pulled up. He coming to bring us some drinks.
As he was pulling up, we could hear voice because
Like-
we have the headphones on the podcast and such,
Yeah.
and so we can hear each other, right? And we were hearing like like a little
kid
child in the
talking.
background.
And then my brother Elias just came in to give us this.
Oh, dude.
He's like 6, so
Yeah, this episode is crazy, man. Oh god. But yeah, I mean,
Crazy.
there was an alarm set up for 3 in the morning, like 3:30. There was an alarm set up. Somebody who did it. It wasn't me. And on it, that was just like the beginning.
the beginning.
This is just literally the few weeks after he had passed away. What would come next is unexplainable, and made me switch from my atheistic beliefs into believing there is a God out there. Because if demons exist, if the devil exists, that means God exists too. I mean,
Yeah,
you can prove one's easier to prove than the other. It's harder to prove God exists, but if proving demons and shit like that exists, a lot easier because they're a lot easier to find.
That stuff is like a pit bull or a dog, a mad dog tied up to a chain. If you go near it, it's gonna bite you. If you stay away from it, you'll be fine. So watch out for you people doing all that stuff.
Yeah, Sam and Colby,
Hey,
pray for you.
You're doing it for us, bro. Both of y'all, and we appreciate the content. And
I would love to come on one of those adventures.
this is the thing. I don't know if, cause like I'm interested in like investigating and like
Yeah.
going to these places, but like, is that feeding?
It,
Yeah.
yeah, you're giving it attention. That's what it wants. At the end of the day, it wants attention. So necessarily, you are feeding it. I mean, I talked to a priest about it, and they're like, yeah, going to these places where they're at is kind of like not good. Especially, it's not good for you because
That was us, Luis over here thinking it foot back down, but we got the cam going. We
Okay.
good. Woo!
all right.
Crazy ride, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, no.
Hope you're liking it.
Freaky shit's been going down in the last class studio. we've been getting our hearts.
Yeah, it's been crazy, but it's fine.
All right.
We chilling.
I mean, perhaps. I mean, like I was saying, that was only just the beginning. I would have friends that came over in the pandemic. One friend, he did come over, and I remember I had bought this. You know what a spirit box is?
Oh god.
Because I was dead ass convinced that
Oh,
there was
no.
something, and I watched Ghost Adventures and shit. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna see if there is something here, right?
Yeah.
So I bought a spirit box. I got it for like Christmas or whatever, right?
Who gave it to you?
Oh, my mom wanted to too.
She wanted it too.
Yeah, because we
Oh, you guys wanted to know if there was.
exactly,
Okay.
or maybe the spirit that wasn't in there wasn't necessarily a malevolent spirit, but the spirit of somebody we loved. And maybe it was him just trying to get out attention.
Maybe that is true, but
I don't believe it's him.
I don't even know
have-
if it's if they're spirits, it's better to leave them alone. Cause one, messing with it is just not leaving him in peace. Like we gotta let him rest in peace.
Mhm.
But if it's bad, well, shit, we need to get that out of the house. And to
Exactly.
confirm it, maybe that's
Yeah. So I mean, we got it for Christmas, and I messed with it from time to time. I never really got much out of it. I was like, if it's a malevolent spirit out there, it doesn't want to be known. And if it is Brian, oh my bad, we're gonna have to blur that out. But if it is him, then he didn't make himself known either. He had no intelligent. There was no intelligent responses on it until one night when my friend, the first night he had came over. It was pandemic, so you know how the world was.
No one's leaving.
Yeah, no one's leaving the house, right? So we were essentially locked down for like 2 weeks with one another. And the first night, he also watches like Ghost Adventures with me. We used to watch it since we were kids. And I showed him the spirit box, and the spirit box was connected to this Bluetooth speaker, right, with an aux, right? So the spirit box is shuffling. We're trying to get responses out of it, trying to hear clearly through the Bluetooth. Nothing. So the Bluetooth speaker, I remember we take the batteries out of because we couldn't find a way to shut off. It was like a very old Bluetooth speaker. It's like, it still has like the buttons and analog sticks.
Oh, okay.
So we just took the batteries out. Said fuck it, right? Anyways, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go take a shower, plug in your PlayStation in the guest room. We're gonna play some video games, right? That's the thing to do back then during lockdown. So
It's the only thing you could do in lockdown.
exactly. So I'm getting ready to take a shower, and I have my towel and my clothes and everything, and that's when I hear the little like as if it had been turned back on, like channeling.
The speaker?
Yeah. As
Without
if
the batteries.
yeah.
Damn.
And I thought it had been him, so I popped out the bathroom, and that's when I see him and him popping out the guest room too. So we looked at each other. I'm like, that's not us.
Oh, damn.
And so we both walk into my room, and that's when as soon as we get in, the word that comes out of that spirit box forever fucking changed. The word it said was hell.
No.
And it turns off.
So you're saying whatever is talking to you is coming,
Whatever
is going. Or
who fucking knows? But whatever communicating through that box, the minute we walked in, said hell, but the spirit box shuts off. Bluetooth speaker shuts off, and we go and see if there's batteries plugged into it or anything. Nothing. There was no batteries.
Damn.
It turned on seemingly by itself. And I mean, if it is a malevolent spirits are known to give off EMF spikes, electromagnetic spikes that channel electricity. So, if my
That's why
theory,
they mess with flashlights and shit.
yeah. So it was powerful enough to turn on the speaker and communicate its word.
Oof.
And
Damn.
And I remember I looked at him and I was like, well, that fucking settles it. I'm like, this place is haunted.
So-
and I had warned him too. I was like, this place, it's haunted. All right.
Pull up. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. I gave him the rundown. I was like, hey, this place haunted. You might see some shit. You might feel some shit. You might have weird dreams. Mostly, I think you'll come out unscratched, unscathed. You know, I don't think it's gonna do anything to you. But yeah, if you're gonna feel weird. He was like, all right, I want to see the paranormal.
Dang, bro was into it.
Exactly. I mean, we watched Ghost Adventures, so it was always like, all right, we're gonna see if we can, get to the bottom of this. And then that happened, and I just remember I looked at bro, and bro looked at me. He was like, "Fuck, what I get myself into." Anyways, and I told him like, I gave him at that point. I was kind of like, what's this? I was like kind of accustomed to it, so I knew what the things were to do and what not to do. I would be like, yeah, at midnight we all stay in our rooms because we don't like going out there because it doesn't feel good. And
so it would just be you guys individually upstairs in the room,
yeah.
right? So there wouldn't be any like action up there.
No, sometimes yeah. Mostly, if we were upstairs, activity was downstairs. If we were downstairs, activity was upstairs.
So. Bro's scared. Whoever's messing with y'all's bro is
I don't know what it was because I remember one night, same thing. We were all sleeping upstairs and the pots, plates, plans were just fucking thrown all over the place as if somebody was like robbing us, right? And we all heard it. Fucking pots, as if everything had been fucking moved, right? And I honestly thought we were getting robbed. I remember I woke up that night. I thought we were getting robbed. So what I did was, I got up out of bed. I went to my door, I locked it, and went back to sleep. I didn't make a single text message to my mom, nothing. I was like, if we're getting robbed, fuck this. I'm just going to pretend like we're not. But I wake up the next morning, I asked my mom, like, did you hear all that shit last night? She's like, yeah, I did. I'm like, what was that? Was that you? I'm like, no. I'm like, I thought we were getting robbed. So I locked my door. I'm like, you were getting robbed and you didn't fucking like call me or tell me? And I was like, well, shit,
Wait,
safety first.
besides, who would rob pots and pans?
Exactly. But anyways, we go and check downstairs.
We're just vandalizing.
We checked the downstairs in that morning. Shit's been trashed. Like the pots and pans and the cabinets have been just fucking rearranged.
So what made you guys leave? Or of course that's a factor, but why did it take so long?
Well, honestly, I think of my mother mostly because it didn't seem to attack or latch onto her. So you know how the woman's the leader of the household, right? So she was like, no, we don't have to move. And plus she wanted me to, get through majority of high school at that house before we moved. Because I spent 3 years in that house, freshman, sophomore, and junior. And then finally senior year did I move to Dahlonega where I went to Collins Hill with you guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I would have gone out. Like my mom would have been like, deuces, we out of here.
Yeah, and my mom honestly thought she could like cleanse the house, and she would. She would grab her sage, go to the, do her little like, cleansing of the houses, right? And honestly, for about a month, we would have no activity. The house would feel good. I could walk out into the night, feel safe.
You guys never like wanted to like get someone to bless the place?
A lot harder than it looks.
Huh?
A lot harder than it looks. Before you can even do that, you have to have recorded evidence that there is something there. And to get that evidence is hard on its own.
Well, you don't exactly have to have evidence because a priest he pulled up, and before we moved into this place, he straight up holy water blessed the hell out of every single room in here, blessed everything. That's why I feel protected here because I know nothing's gonna happen. But he blessed this place out, so I wouldn't think like unless.
Were you talking about like an exorcism of the house or just blessing?
No, just a blessing.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, we would have those.
Nah,
but
exercising that's just different. That's like a lot.
No, you're asking for it.
Yeah.
When people perform exorcism, it's not because it's like, oh, there's a spirit trapped in you, exorcism time. There's a long process just to get to that point, and when it does get to that point, well, it's a fight. It's essentially you're asking really for it to show itself, and you're asking for it to do its worst.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, I would like to see how that would look like, but at the same time, I don't want to know how that fucking looks like, because I mean, there's cases of people levitating.
Just not because of the music, because of hell.
No, it's literally whatever's in their body is. I don't know what it is.
And man, that's mad.
Yeah.
And just in the movies, it looks mad. And remember that the Exorcist trailer we watched in the movie theater, bro? 2 innocent girls went to school and they came back, what, 2-3 days later?
But for them, it was only hours.
Oh,
I actually want to see that movie. I'm excited to see it.
it's gonna be good. I want to watch The Nun 2 as well. All those. I'm into horror movies.
Yeah,
it's fun to watch.
But yeah, I'm telling you, nothing will prepare you for the real shit. Nothing will ever prepare you for that real shit. And let me tell you, blessings do work. Bless the houses and everything. They do work for about a month. This house was only about a month. I feel good. I feel nice to be able to walk out like 2 a.m, go take a piss out there in the bathroom. The house didn't look pitch black. It actually looked like it had light in it and life in it. Nothing would happen. No footsteps. No nothing. Everything was great.
And then it comes back.
And then it
would maybe because like
it would only last about a month.
I guess
it's the energies.
I guess the energies and like the amount of strength your faith is. I guess that's a factor too. Because everybody here in this house, like, we're 100% on God and all that stuff. So
yeah,
maybe we're that strong, and maybe the devil or whatever the hell, the demon spirits don't see us as vulnerable as everyone else. So maybe that's another factor.
Another thing I like to say is that God tests the strongest.
That's true though.
He wants to test your faith.
Well,
maybe.
I wouldn't say God wants. Well, he does test the strongest, but the devil or Satan or whatever the hell it is.
Well, that's because
he wants the strongest. He tries
to get the very, very best of
the strongest. He tries, like, that's what he's hungry. That's what he's hungry for. And we won't let that happen. I'm fine, bro. I'm chilling. Me and my homie God, like.
Yes, sir. That means I'm the strongest. He had to come after me and try to get me on his side. Nah, bro. I ain't part of the dark side. I'm sticking with Luke's.
We in the light side.
We got the light.
That's a lot to take in, Luis.
I mean, dude, that's only a fraction of the amount of shit I went through in that house.
But we really appreciate your story, man.
Oh yeah, I mean,
when
it comes to spirits, demonic, all that, I believe in that. Skinwalkers, I believe in that. My family has had so many generations tied with that shit. I believe it's real. Yeah. And it's just important to watch out. Be careful. If you challenge these things, they will harm you.
Just don't do it. For the best. So, guys, you ready?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Luis, I appreciate the story. Ian, appreciate you being here, bro. Honestly, if you're out there, God bless y'all. Don't mess with that stuff because it's bad. And yeah, man, this has been Chill.
Luis.
Episode 6. Make sure to like, subscribe.
Oh, wow.
Comment.
We did this on episode 6 too, huh?
Well, who cares, bro?
Yeah.
Check the Spotify.
Share with the family, the dogs, everything. We need you guys to share, and share. Send this to everybody. I know some of y'all are going to be in school soon, so share this with your friends.
Teachers. Bro, this could be a lesson.
Exactly.
So, guys,
you guys are learning more from us than your fucking teachers.
This is a class. Guys, thanks for watching.
Peace.
It tastes good like soul food. Parked up outside in the old school. The new me back with the OU. The dog always find his way back home.